episode of the Sean Farrell podcast. I am Sean Farrell. God is great all the time. All the time, God is great. Jesus Christ died and he rose again. Just gonna head and get into it. Okay. So you never truly know what people are going through. Okay. You just never truly know. Okay. Just never know. The person who does an excellent job at work, hey, that person, when that person goes home, it takes everything that they got not to end their lives. Okay. So I saw this story, by people online. Former pageant queen dies by suicide at the age of 21, a month before she was set to compete again. So she was a former beauty queen, and she ended her life, and she was going to compete again. The name is Brynn Carnesecca. If I butchered that last name, I'm sorry. Okay. I'm just gonna call her Brynn C. Okay, Brynn C. Or just Brynn. Okay, yeah. Was an accomplished pianist, journalist, and the creator of Envelopes of Hope. Read a GoFundMe created by her cousin. Okay. A former Miss America Fork pageant queen died by suicide Sunday, July 26. Her family confirmed to local news KSL. She was 21. Brynn C. I'm sorry. Brynn C. was crowned Miss American Fork, a regional pageant within the Miss America Utah Pageant Sphere in 2024. And she was also given the title of Miss Congeniality while competing at last year's Miss America Utah Pageant. Her Instagram bio revealed that she had been set to compete in the Miss Provo pageant competition on August the 22nd. To her friends and family, Brynn was known as a pianist and as an aspiring journalist. Her mother, Michelle, told local news outlet KSL, where Brynn had interned during the summer of 2025, that she wanted her daughter to be remembered for the amazing life she lived. She took her own precious life, but she is more than what happened to her, Michelle said on Tuesday, July 28th. A vigil was held for the late pageant queen at American Fork Amphitheater, where attendees wore yellow to honor her memory and wrote notes in her name. According to Michelle, Brynn had also been published in the American Fork Citizen, the Lehigh Press, Utah Valley Magazine, Good Things Utah, and BYU's Daily Universe, the student publication at Brigham Young University, where Brynn was set to graduate from in 2028. Per her LinkedIn, she was an incredible writer and reader from a young age, Michelle told the outlet. The Miss America Fork organization put out a statement on its Instagram remembering the young pageant queen. There are no words to express the heartbreak of losing you, Brynn. Your beauty, your beautiful smile, your kindness, your passion, and the way you supported everyone around you will never be forgotten. The caption of the post read, the organization continued, you left the biggest shoes to fill for every Miss American Fork who comes after you. I have always looked up to you, and I am so grateful that I got to know you, learn from you, and experience the love and encouragement you gave so freely. A GoFundMe for Brynn's funeral expenses. Her cousin Cassidy Jackman Murdoch wrote that Brynn had been a bright light in our family and community. Brynn dedicated herself to sharing stories and spreading kindness. Excuse me. Her passion for helping others was evident in everything she did, wrote Murdoch. The GoFundMe has raised nearly $27,000 of its $40,000 goal. Our family is heartbroken by Brynn's unexpected passing, and we want to honor her memory in a way that reflects her spirit and the love she gave so many, Murdoch continued. Brynn touched countless lives through her work and generosity, and we hope to celebrate her legacy with a meaningful memorial. On the last post to her Instagram page before she died, friends returned to the comment section to express their sadness. Love you always, Brynn, wrote one commenter. Another said, missing you so much, Brynn. Okay. Yeah. So, man, prayers up for Brynn's family. You just never know what someone's going through. You just never know what someone's going through. And I think a post that I see very, very often. When I'm scrolling through social media, a post that I see very, very often is this one post where I believe this lady was talking about her brother, and she said her brother exercised frequently, had kids, had a successful marriage, had a successful career, had family friends, supported family friends, went to the gym, stayed in shape, and yet he still ended his life by suicide. Okay. So you can have all great things going, and you can literally just feel a sense of emptiness. A sense of emptiness that you can't even describe, that you can't even really describe. And again, you just never know what someone's going through. Who knows what Brynn was going through? And that's why we always say, be kind. Yeah. Also, I saw a story on Kevin. Yeah, here it goes. Right here. There we go. Also, saw a story on a basketball network. Kevin Love says Robin Williams changed his understanding of mental health. You would have thought that's not a face of depression. Love says Williams helped him realize that depression often hides behind a smile. NBA star forward Kevin Love continues to deal with mental health issues, but has learned to manage them better over the years. The five-time All-Star opened up about his battle with anxiety and depression back in 2018. He has since been vocal about it and emphasized that dealing with mental health is an ongoing process for him. Through the years, however, he has gotten a better understanding of it, allowing him to continue his career at the NBA while sharing through his platform everything he has learned about it to those also experiencing the same issues. Among the people he took cues from as to how to deal with anxiety and depression was the late actor comedian Robin Williams, who died in 2014 after taking his own life at the age of 63. The Miss Doubtfire star was revealed before his untimely death to be suffering from Lewy body dementia, a progressive brain disorder that causes severe anxiety, paranoia, and cognitive decline. Love, in an interview with journalist Graham Bensinger back in 2020, shared that the biggest things he learned from what happened to Williams was that mental illness does not spare anyone and that it requires attention. What do I always say? Suicide affects everyone. Mental health affects everyone. Does not discriminate. If you grew up with his movies and his stand-up personality, you would have thought, that's not a face of depression. That's not a face of mental illness. Love, who won an NBA title with the Cleveland Cavaliers in 2016, shared. Something that I learned from him was the achievement of aspect of it is not just going to happen if you keep talking yourself to higher heights in your profession. You have to work on yourself and work on these other things and also have a form of escape in your life that's going to be healthy and beneficial for you away from home to court, he added. Following his first-person article in the Players Tribune in 2018 titled "Everyone is Going Through Something," where Love shared that he had been seeking a therapist for several months following a panic attack during a game in November of 2017, has continued with his advocacy for mental health awareness. Also in 2018, he established the Kevin Love Fund, a nonprofit organization that provides support to improve the physical and emotional well-being. Also among his early beneficiaries were high school students and the athletics department of his alma mater, UCLA. Our goal is to provide tools surrounding mental health, and our goal could be to get our free evidence-based curriculum to all kids K through 12, not only here in the States, but across the globe. We have a spot in the curriculum and a new lesson plan that is based around friendship. Love said of the thrust they have for their organization on today, back in May. The research shows it's not only you. You know a necessity to have friends, but it's actually acting as medicine, he added. Love also served as a catalyst for high-profile athletes to speak about their struggles. Among them were DeMar DeRozan, who shared his experience days ahead of Love's essay, tennis star Naomi Osaka, Olympic gold medalist, Michael Phelps, and NFL star Dak Prescott. By the way, who is the quarterback of America's team, my favorite team. Yeah, had to throw that in there. Just had to throw that in there. While he continues to champion mental health causes, Love, who is 37 years old and still pursuing his career in the NBA. He played last season with Utah Jazz, saw action in 37 games, averaging 6.7 points and 5.8 rebounds. By boldly confronting his issues with mental health, Love has become an even bigger inspiration in basketball and beyond. Okay. So, yeah. So, I've said this before. If Kevin Love, DeMar DeRozan, Dak Prescott, guys like Hayden Hurst, if NBA players, NFL players, Michael Phelps, Olympic gold medalists can come out and speak about their mental health. What is stopping us? What's stopping us from speaking about our issues with anxiety, our issues with depression, um, our issues with suicidal thoughts? Okay, what is stopping us? Okay, what is stopping us? Let's talk about how these things. Okay, let's have more her conversations. Let's say a more lives. Okay, NBA players, NFL players probably looked at it as some of the best conditioned, toughest people playing a professional sport. Okay, um, but if they can be vulnerable, speak about their struggles, what's stopping us? Okay, what is stopping us? Um, I can remember at the suicide prevention walk last October, in October of last year. Um, I remember handing out my card um, to a lot of people at the walk. Okay, and nobody and nobody called me, except one person. Okay, except one person, and she actually reached out, and there's just been a friendship there. Um, actually, we were speaking the other day, and she actually called and checked on me. Okay, yeah, she actually called and checked on me, and I was just thinking about that today, and it's like, and I said to myself, I'm like, wow, I really do have a good support system. Okay, I have a good support system, and it took me a little minute to realize that, but yeah, I have a pretty good support system in place. Yeah, I was just thinking about that. Um, and we talked and again we just talked a few days ago, and yeah, I have a good support system. It's a lot better. It's so much more better than the support system I had when I was younger, which was basically my counselor, and that's it. Okay. So yeah. But again, let's have more conversations. Let's let people know that it's okay to speak about this stuff. That seeking help is not weakness, it's strength. Okay. And let's just let happy people know that it is okay to speak about this stuff. It's important. This stuff is important. Okay. Speaking about it is how we save lives. Okay. Speaking about it is how we save lives. And I've told you before over and over again. I tried to end my high life. Okay. I tried to end my life. I tried to end my life. And I'm glad I did not. Okay. I'm glad that I did not. And yeah, I'm glad I did not. And yeah, 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 yeah. Ain't much more I can say. Um, except God is great. Okay, God is great. Okay, and I'm just gonna end it right there because I don't know what else to say. All right, that's it. That's all for the Sean Furrow podcast. I am out of here. May God bless you all. Peace out. You're loved. You're not a burden. You're more than enough. Don't give up on yourself, okay? You matter. All right? Let's have some more conversations. Let's save lives. Peace.